Can you make gluten-free pie crust with almond flour? Have you ever wondered if you can whip up a gluten-free pie crust using almond flour? Well, you are in for a treat. Almond flour is a fantastic option for those who need to avoid gluten. It is made from finely ground almonds and brings a delightful nutty flavor to your pie crusts. To get started, you will need a few basic ingredients. First, grab some almond flour. You will also need a fat source like melted butter, coconut oil, or ghee. An egg is essential for binding the dough together, and don't forget a pinch of salt. If you want a touch of sweetness, you can add a small amount of sugar or a flavor enhancer like vanilla, depending on the type of pie you are making. Mixing your ingredients is the next step. Since almond flour does not contain gluten, which usually gives dough its structure, you will relying on the egg and fat for binding. Combine these ingredients until they form a cohesive dough. Keep in mind that the dough may feel a bit crumbly compared to traditional wheat dough, but it should hold together nicely when you press it. When it comes to shaping your crust, almond flour dough is often pressed directly into the pie pan by hand. This method works well because it allows you to control the thickness and shape. If you prefer rolling, you can place the dough between sheets of parchment paper and roll it gently. However, pressing it by hand is a common and effective technique. One thing to watch out for is cracks and crumbling. Almond flour crusts can be delicate, so make sure to press the dough evenly into the pan. If you notice any cracks, simply press the dough back together. Chilling the dough before baking can also help firm it up and reduce crumbling. Now let's talk about baking. Almond flour crusts typically bake at around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. To prevent bubbling, it is a good idea to prick the bottom of the crust with a fork. Par-baking or partially baking the crust before adding your fillings is often recommended. This step ensures that the crust holds up well, especially for wetter fillings. You might also want to use a pie crust shield or some foil around the edges to prevent overbrowning, as almond flour tends to brown faster than wheat flour. The texture and flavor of almond flour crusts are wonderful. You will get a tender, slightly crumbly crust with a rich, buttery, and nutty taste. While they may not be as flaky as traditional pie crusts, they work beautifully for a variety of sweet and savory pies. This makes them a great choice for those following keto, paleo, or low-carb diets. In short, making a gluten-free pie crust with almond flour is not only possible but also quite simple. With the right techniques, you can create a delicious crust that complements many pie fillings while accommodating dietary needs. So, gather your ingredients and get ready to bake a delightful gluten-free pie.